it is, guys. It's your boy BlastphamousHD. A lot of you guys have been sending me a video called Cry Reads. I now live in a one-story house. I made the mistake of reading some of the comments on this video, and apparently this is like scary as all living fuck. So no lie, I was gonna record this last night, but I waited till daytime out because I'm a punk ass when it comes to scary shit. So let go, man. Let's do it. The link to the original video is in the description down below. If you guys want to go check it out, then make sure to do so. Let go. Oh, hell no.
I now live on a one-story house.
Nope. I could already tell by the way this nigga reading this shit.
There were two rules we had to follow when we were living on the second floor of the old apartment building. First, lock your door at night. And second, be very careful at the top of the stairs. Those were natural rules, since despite the front door being locked, you had to be really sure of 2 full floors of neighbors to leave the door unlocked, especially during at night. As I understood it, the management of the house used to be really strict about the locked doors thing, and had put up signs all over the place telling people to lock their doors. I heard from the man next door that they sometimes even wander around at night and rattle all the doors, making sure they were all locked. But of course, they completely denied being so invasive as that. I had never heard them at it, but I had been known to sleep perfectly content through an earthquake, so that was no indication. As for the stairs, it was just a simple reminder. They were steep and slightly tricky stairs. I heard they even had a couple of deaths from falling down them. It was good to remind people. Nothing wrong with that. Besides, my sister and I were happy there. Leanne had been fortunate enough to get the room directly across from mine, and we were old enough to actually enjoy each other's company, despite the traditional feud that comes between an older brother and his younger sister. To tell the truth, the feud still existed, but had become more of a cheerful rivalry than anything else. We were happy. Just happy. Things weren't perfect, granted. We were in an area that had constant thunderstorms. The power was as often out as was functional. My room had a continuous smell of strong soap, and although that isn't the worst thing I could smell of, it was a bit tiresome after a while. Leanne's room developed a troublesome lock, and half the time the bolt would click out the moment someone pulled on it. We wanted to move out, sure, but we also wanted to wait until we could each be sure the other could, too. If only we had known. If only there had been even the slightest flicker of menace. But there was none. There was no cold spots, no abnormal shivers when passing over a certain area, no strange noises but for the occasional rattling of the knobs in the night.
Man, my phone went off, and that in combination with this motherfucker's creepy ass voice and the ambiance and the music in the background scared the fuck out of me. Y'all saw that shit just I jump scared. Okay, this shit is too well done.
Nothing. Not until that night. I awoke in the middle of the night simply out of thirst. I first tried my sink, obviously, but the power was out, so the pump wasn't running. Annoying, but the landlords kept the tank full at the top of the stairs, exactly for this purpose. Really, I should have thought to fill up my own jug whenever there was a storm warning, but however many times I had thought of it, I never quite managed to go through with it. I went out to the landing, torch in hand, halfway to the tank at the top of the stairs. I tried to click it on and found it was dead, but that mattered little. There was an ambient light, and the lighting frequently flashed through the skylights with which the architect had a love affair when designing the building. I got to the tank and began filling my bottle, when out of the corner of my eye, I glimpsed movement halfway down the staircase. As I looked, there was nothing. Though it was that kind of nothing that happens when you're staring at the object you're looking for. That sense of it being right in front of you, if only you could see it. Then, By the flash of the lightning, I saw what was really there. It was crawling. It had two, as it had no legs that it could see. It was like a torso, cut off right at the hips, reaching out with both hands and pulling up the stairs one slow, painful step at a time. Black tatters shrouded it, I suppose, because clothes wouldn't fit right on that thing. It was shrouded in the black tatters, and where they failed to cover, blank space showed. Not black, and definitely not white, but rather a simple absence that I still cannot think of without my stomach rising in protest. This space was not empty, as the vacuum beyond our planet is, but rather it was less than empty. It was hungry. It sucked in. It was the opposite of all that was material and physical. Then, the lightning flash faded, but I could still somehow perceive its shape, continuing up the stairs. Even as I turned to run, another flash lit the room, and as though it had sensed my intent to flee, it lifted its head, and... I'm sorry, but I cannot. I will never set to word, neither spoken nor written, my full description of its face, for lack of a better word. It was simply all that a face should not be, and since this time, there had been no sight so horrible, so fearsome, so terrifying, that has impressed itself upon me in the least. For how could it compare? That is the one triumph, I suppose, that I bring from that night. Out of all its horror, I shall never again be cowed by the sight of evil, for the worst done by man is but the palest reflection of the visage that faced me then. I ran. What else could I do? I ran to my room as fast as I could, and began fumbling with my keys, all the while becoming aware of a faint, slithery drag thump coming from the stairway. How far up had it been? Halfway? 2/3? How many steps did it have left? Finally, I forced my key into the lock, yanked the door open, dove in, locked it again, and collapsed, the adrenaline suddenly gone. I had no time for introspection. However, as I suddenly realized that I could still hear the thing, now up on the landing. It was still crawling. I could hear the hand-over-hand slither of it as it came straight to my door. The handle moved. It rattled for a moment, and then went still. Even as I started to let myself relax, I heard the door of the next room over rattle, but it too was locked. I heard it go down to the end of the hall, rattling each door in turn, testing the locks. I sat and prayed that none of the other tenants had left their doors unlocked, leaving themselves open to their terror. Then, as it had come back and was almost across the hall from me again, I thought, Leanne, please. No.
Yo.
Its slithering movement was clearly across from me. I listened, hoping, praying for a rattle. The lock clicked, and the door creaked. I couldn't help it. I grabbed the useless flashlight as a club and threw the door open. At the same time, there was a clatter and an all-too-familiar scream from the direction of the staircase. I ran toward it, other tenants opening their doors and peering out, working torches lighting the hallway. There was yet some glimmer of hope in me, some faint wish that if I got there fast enough, she would be all right. But no. There, at the bottom, crumpled like a broken toy, the marks of hands fast fading from her ankles, was Leanne.
Fuck. God damn. God damn, dude. That is literally the most well done creepypasta I've ever heard in my fucking life. The whole time I'm listening to that shit, any noise I hear, to me, is a monster. Some shit, like I'm checking behind me and shit. I'm damn near getting ready to throw my phone because whenever it goes off, that shit scares the fuck out of me. Man, dude. Oh, hell no. Nope. Fuck that. Nope. Make sure to click the link in the description. It'll take you to this video, in which case you should subscribe to him. I think he even has more of these, in which case I will be watching them with you guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure to comment, like, and or subscribe. As always, your boy BlastphamousHD. I'm gonna go watch cute cat pictures now, because this shit has got me all the way fucked up. I'm only half joking. I'm dead. Oh shit. Make sure to check out my prank channel. I'm uploading 2 brand new pranks every single week, as this one you see on the left. Click the annotation if you want to watch that, or look in the description where I'll leave a link for the people who are on phones. And as always, BlastphamousHD out.